Job said, bring me and God to court. I have been upright. It is God who is wrong. Quite all right, his friends were wrong, saying, you must have done something. He said, bring me and God to court. I will stand on my ground because God has deprived me justice. Let me tell you something. In case that you think that's strange, that is how a lot of charismatic Pentecostal people are. Because of their faithfulness, because they go to church, give their tithe, give their offering, they feel that they are paid for God's service. And if God doesn't deliver, something is wrong. Over the years, the church has had a puzzle about Job. What happened to Job? Why would God just do that, set him up like that? It was God who started the conversation. Have you seen my servant? Satan was on his own. Also it appears, right? Well, so many things. Well, first and foremost, God knows all things. He knew why Satan was there. Satan is not all-knowing. So definitely God knew exactly why he came. He came because of Job, and so God brought it up. But still, why would God agree to such a plan? I will tell you two things to consider. Or let me make it three very quickly. First and foremost, the moment things went wrong, you can now see something very terrible about Job's theology. The kind of ways he began to accuse God. You knew there was entitlement, great entitlement there. So think about it. Maybe you have not read. You need to go and read with a newer translation. Job said, bring me and God to court. Oh, you can't believe it. He said that. Bring me and God to court. I have been upright. It is God who is wrong. Quite all right, his friends were wrong, saying, you must have done something. He said, bring me and God to court. I will stand on my ground because God has deprived me justice. Let me tell you something. In case that you think that's strange, that is how a lot of charismatic Pentecostal people are. Because of their faithfulness, because they go to church, give their tithe, give their offering, they feel that they are paid for God's service. And if God doesn't deliver, something is wrong. That's number one. Number two, all the children of Job that unfortunately passed, were they children? Were they not grown? And this is another mistake people make. You don't know God for yourself. You are trusting in the covering of your parents. No one has asked. How come nobody asked that? How come these children, didn't they know God for themselves? So the reason why the devil could make that demand, because he knew it's not fair. These children, they don't act like they really care about you. Why is there a hedge around Job? And the realm of the spirit dwells on legality. You have protected these children unjustly. Oh, so what did God say? Touch everything, leave Job. Are you getting it now? Let's read about the children. And there's a reason I'm reading this to you, so that you will understand how you are supposed to respond when you have plenty. I wish I could read the whole thing, but let's start from. So verse 3 tells you how rich Job was. His possessions were 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and all of that. And there are some children, your parents were faithfully disciplined, built a lot of wealth, then you become irresponsible. You lose your senses. You deflect past the person we hustle. Let me tell you something. I advise you now, don't let money destroy your children. Teach them sense. Teach them. There was a wealthy basketballer. I was listening to an interview. He corrected his children. He said, we are not rich. I am rich. We are not rich. I am rich, not we. You will hustle your own. And there are some resources I will keep from you. I think it was Jackie Chan. His son is still alive. He said he has yielded some of his inheritance to charity. The son knows the money is not coming to you. If you like, don't work. I will give you all you need to work responsibly to develop a spine. I will not destroy you with love. One of the things we did this holiday, I told my PA, please go to a carpenter. Let them build kolo. Because when you have children who know, daddy buy ice cream. Now, growing up, my parents say no. Sometimes, they don't have. But me, no excuse. And if you are not careful, you will develop people who are entitled. Are you getting what I'm saying? So here is what I'm doing this holiday. I've given them, I will give you money. Go and save it. Sometimes on purpose, I will ask you to do something in the house. When you do it, I will give you money. Develop that consciousness now. Then there are some things you want. How much have you saved? Go and count your money. Now, if you are spending your own, her sister is keeping hers. When Christmas comes, don't be jealous. They need to start learning those things now. Oh, you want to spend 5,000 of your money. So when you now understand that one box of pizza is how much? Is it like 10K, Abi? When you clean shoe for me and I give you 2K, then after cleaning shoe for 1 week, you will use it to buy one pizza. You will now begin to understand. They must get it too. Look at Job's children from verse 4. And his sons will go and feast in their houses, each on his appointed day. So they were taking turns. Today we'll party in your house. Then they will party. Then tomorrow we'll come to your house. Then we'll party. That is how they were squandering their father's wealth. And what did the father do? Verse 5. The father will allow them party. So it was when the end of the days of feasting had run their course, Job would send and sanctify them. He would rise up early, offer burnt sacrifices for the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. See parenting hack. They were depending on his covering. They were just partying. How come that the covering of Job was lifted and all those children died? They don't get covering. Didn't they develop their own covering for their own children? Don't you see the problem? That was problem number 2. Problem number 3. From the solution, you can see what the problem was. After a long time of whining and complaining, Job used 30 chapters. I hope you know Job. A lot of people have never read the book of Job. They read only the first 2 chapters and they think they understand the book. Job used at least 30 chapters to complain. He and his friends were arguing. The friends say you are at fault. Job will use another. It's like this track reply. They say you are at fault. Job said no. Gave his own reply. Then another friend will take his own. He say you are at fault. That's what they were doing throughout the book. Then the Bible says at the end that Job's captivity was turned around when he did what? Prayed for his friends. Probably he had never done that before. Just living for himself, covering just his own family. It's just a transactional mode of Christianity. The moment he embraced priesthood, everything turned around. Everything turned around. And mind you, it's not like the devil just came. Listen, what did Elihu say? Elihu was speaking by the Spirit. All the friends of Job were wrong. But Elihu came and said, I thought that age should teach wisdom. Because all of you are old. But I've discovered that there is a spirit in man. It was Elihu who said that. And the inspiration of the Almighty gives understanding. And one of the things he said is that God may warn in the dream, but we don't discern it. So Elihu by the Spirit said, God warned Job. God warned Job. And he didn't discern it. Just living a righteous man. And listen, the fact that are you ready for this? You can be an upright man and not be a good man. An upright man, he dots the I's, he crosses the T's. I come to church, I give my offering, I do all those things. But what kind of parent are you? See the way he was talking about God. And there are some people like that. Haven't you preached to people and you say, are you born again? They say, I don't smoke, I don't drink, they are quick. That is kind of how Job was. But I told you that story just to emphasize this. The moment he prayed for his friends, everything changed. Maybe that is what he needed all this while. Come on, are you getting what I'm saying? That the blessings of God should launch you into priesthood, not into self-preservation. You stand a better chance preserving yourself in priesthood than in building bigger stores. Please learn this now. Learn this now.